There's nice.
Really, it's going. Okay. And pop up onto the stage here. I think you just have to make yourself speaker. No, not that button. You should same if you have, but you should be able to just jump in here. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Sorry, this is my first
Now
time
will be a
using one of
bug
these.
report at Discord going, yeah, we need to make it slightly better, but it's low priority. It works.
More like they're going to say, nope, it works perfectly. It's the best interface ever. And they close. Start. July 2020. Yeah, let's get started. So we did have one premier candidate for this meeting. That was New Chandigarh by Saltedline. And I am pleased to say that by a vote, by New Chandigarh has been promoted to premier. So congratulations to Salted there. Only thing for the private portion, like there are no conductor or moderator things. Starting with topic 5A. Let's see here. Okay. So topic 5A. Basically, the backstory here is I'm trying to get the MRT onto the official Minecraft server list. It's a thing that Mojang, a very curated list of family servers. And in order to get on the list, you need to be reviewed by both GamerSafer and then also Mojang. We're still in the first stage of this, the gamer safer part, and they've already told us that I already had done some changes with them and made sure, our rules are fine and our website is fine. But the one change they have requested us to do, or they require us for us to do, is they want us to remove any offensive language like hate speech or similar sort of things off our Discord specifically. Because the one thing they cited is they did a search they joined our Discord, they searched our guest messages coming from Minecraft server, like when they join and they say really bad words, that flagged them. So they have told us that they would like us to remove those messages. The thing is, our enforcement policy on the MRT has been always to not delete such messages because in the name of transparency, and so people can see that when that happens, we take it very seriously. But at the same time, if we want to ensure that the server continues in years to come, we do need as many places to promote the server, I think. And putting the server on the official server list it seems like deleting these messages would seem like a small cost to pay for doing this. So yeah. I guess the one last thing I'll mention is there are two messages from Discord. That one I'm going to have to ask staff, maybe some staff here, to maybe help and volunteer with that. It's not really complete yet, but say bad words. I have enabled Automod for Discord, but it turns out in Discord, it does not catch messages from that is messages typed in game from in those situations. I'm not sure what to do at this point for that. If you guys have any suggestions on how to proceed on that, that would be great.
It's possible within Discord SRV to catch words on the list. And it's an automatic thing.
Yeah, Dinty did put there's an alert feature in Discord SRV that I haven't tried yet, but we could try that out. So that is one option. Another option is going to Venture Chat or Discord SRV even also, and having them basically using their chat filter features to replace the bad words immediately as they happen. The problem with that approach is it gets rid of the bad words, so we don't know actually what it is. It is effectively censoring that word right at that moment. So, and we wouldn't get an alert either. So I don't know if that's the right move there.
And also the having automatic replacements is just going to lead to the Scunthorpe problem. Well, depending on how stupid it is, you would probably want to avoid.
Can you elaborate what problem?
Towns that have problematic spelling, that often trips up swear filters.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So, go ahead, Dean.
I was going to say, I don't know how possible it could be to maybe, I don't know if you'd have the time for this, maybe at some point in the future, we could also maybe write a little script to search the logs after the server closes every day. I don't really know how easy that would be, but
I have to look into that because, yeah, when the server cuts down. Yeah, no, that I have to discuss that. I'm not sure if it's technically possible. Because they could.
A list of messages which were sent every day that
Okay.
contained
We'll
bad
explore
words or
that,
something.
but we don't have to make it. Let's make a decision on the first part, like whether we want to go ahead and delete the messages that are already there first. We can always leave the second part wait till later. Like automod is already enabled, so it covers a little bit of that, but the rest of it we can always make a decision about that at some point in the future. So just going off of what Skelly's asking here, to be clear, we aren't literally removing every bad word, right? Common swears like shit are remaining, right? So yeah, I did put a list in the topic. The words that so regular, like common swearing will not be affected. The words that are basically catching gamer suffers attention are more things like the N word or the F word that is sometimes used to refer to cigarettes. Anything that is like, again, hate speech or violence, that sort of stuff. Basically, that's the most common sort of stuff we see from guests usually.
So to be clear, it's not like if we make this change, they'll have no more mans and we get on the list, right? Because Mojang still has to review after
Correct.
this.
And I don't know, I'm not entirely sure how strict if their review process is significantly different from gamer service. I would imagine not, because it would seem weird that they have different systems. Like I think the point of why Mojang hired Gamer Safer is to just not just manage the server list for them, like their website and all that, but also have a review process such that anything that comes out of that review process should probably pass Mojang's, I would hope. But again, I'm not entirely sure.
I have another question. Do you think it's reasonable that Mojang might ask to allow chat
So
reporting?
that one I do have an answer for. If you look on the GamerSafer website, there's a bunch of badges that each server has. There's like a badge when you pass the GamerSafer review, and then another badge when you pass the Mojang review, and there's another
Okay.
badge. There's another badge, but it's optional if you've turned on chat reporting. And I'll tell you right now, of all the servers that are on there right now, most of them don't actually turn on chat reporting. They don't have that chat reporting badge. Because I think and this kind of reflects the feedback of a chat reporting feature, like most of them don't like it and they have not enabled it. So
Yes.
yeah, so basically to summarize, you don't have to have chat reporting enabled to get on the list. Yeah.
What would we do if we end up making this change and then GamerSafe passes, but Mojang finds something that doesn't pass that we're not willing to compromise on?
Then we don't get on the list, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not very much of a problem though, is it?
Mm,
If we're not going to anyway.
it would have to be something really fundamental. I'm not sure what it would be, but
Okay.
yeah. Though to be fair, if we delete all the messages now and then Mojang says no afterward for something else, we've already deleted all the messages. So we can't undo that. Just to be
Yeah.
clear, once we delete the messages from Discord, they're not going to be on Discord. We do still have them in the server logs, just to also make that clear. So if we ever do need to go back, and admin can go search for those if we need to, but those situations are
I'll
pretty
say
rare.
get onto the
Yeah.
official server list. I think it's a worthwhile trade-off, but I mean, I think the only point of discussion I'm happy to go back and remove the messages.
So, okay. Does anyone outside the staff community have any comments about this topic? It seems like people are talking about other stuff. Let's see here.
Somebody brought up, and I can't remember who it was. Things like queer is on the list of potentially bad words, which obviously in 2024 is not really as much of a slur as it was in 2014, but it's still potentially used as such.
I think it's one of those words that depends on context. If it's used in a derogatory manner, then yeah, that would probably be removed. But if it's used for any other sense, then no. Like that, yeah.
Yeah, but if we had a member of Westboro join the server and start using queer as a term, then yes, we would have a problem with them. Extreme
What the hell-
example, I'm aware.
What is What is Westboro? There's so many UKisms you're putting in here. I don't
That's
understand. Is it American?
I think it is.
Yeah, it's the church, isn't it?
They're the famously homophobic church.
Yeah.
Oh, Westboro. Oh, I thought you. For some reason, I was thinking Westboro, like Edinburgh. So I was like, no, Westboro. Okay.
Using it as an example.
I had another question. What if somebody
Yes.
comes online with a really offensive username? Is there something we have to do or can do about that?
We have actually done that already. Like, I think the policy, yeah, no, in the past, staff have, when we see a username that's pretty clearly not appropriate, we usually, if it's a guest, we usually ban them. There have been a few bans in the past of that. So,
Will we
yeah.
need to make staff news readable without slurs? Because if we have to ban a guest like that,
What do you mean exactly?
as in if guest bans are in staff news, right? With
No. Well, sorry, they're not notification, but yes, they are in staff news. Yeah.
Would that be considered an official by GamerSafe or Mojang, and therefore we'd have to get those words out of there if somebody did get banned who has a word in their name?
So I don't think so, because based on, so here's the thing. When GamerSafer came on here, they came on as guests. They didn't try to apply for membership. They only came on here for maybe a day at most. Like, they didn't review too deeply, but they did review some specific things. They looked at our rules. They probably looked at our website. They actually looked at our the whole public records of donations that I have, the public spreadsheet. They did suggest to me that I shouldn't be putting that up public, but I told them no, it's better this way. Better to be transparent about finances and stuff. So they haven't commented on anything about the staff news. They wouldn't have access to it anyway as a guest, right? Because they would need membership and then be able to get, you have to go through information channel to get the staff news link. So I think we're okay there. If they do find it, they'll certainly bring it up later.
Okay.
I would assume.
I'll say sorry, go ahead.
One little thing I'll add, they'll review us now, but they also said that if someone were to report our server later on, say we get on the list and then someone reports us, they do come back and review us. That is a possibility, because they might come in if they investigate if we need to stay on, if we can stay on the list or not.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I imagine with usernames as well, specifically that's kind of Mojang's responsibility. They're the ones who enforce the username. So I don't imagine they'd probably be too iffy on us having usernames. I guess because they're stored in the Discord channel, but other than that, that's their responsibility, I suppose, most of the time.
People are discussing about, and if a guest ban like that happens, you would just probably say inappropriate language, swearing, or inappropriate username, stuff like that.
Okay. As for the oh, that's the second part. I'll hold off.
Okay, let's discuss the first part then. Are we in agreement that staff should go ahead and look through all the Discord history. It goes back until 2016, I think, and delete any messages that might be deemed to be hateful speech, inappropriate language, etc.
Hate,
TPT is asking, sorry, go ahead.
hate speech, definitely. Inappropriate language, I guess, kind of depends. I would be for archiving them somehow, keeping them maybe even in a separate stat channel, just to kind of keep the record of it.
It'll be in logs, right?
Yeah,
It'll be,
true.
it always be in the server logs. The one where I have is if you keep a record in Discord, I wonder if Discord have a problem with it. Because you are keeping, actually Skelly, is that a practice that other Discord servers do? Like, would they have a separate channel to store that or use bots or something? And if so, does Discord object? Could they flag some of those messages perhaps? Because every message does that would be very useful. Yeah, I think you'll have to show me that bot at some point.
There are a lot of bots that can do that.
Okay, like, does that also every message is not just staff deleting, but the player deletes them as
That
well? Does it?
too.
Yeah, that
And
we
it
don't.
also shows edit logs.
Yeah, we don't. We might need that. Okay, I think we'll have to look. I'll definitely look into that. Maybe that'll be an action item. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that because in that situation, Iwaku deleted their own messages, so we can see. Well, only the people who saw it briefly, including myself, would see the message. Okay, so going back to the question, are we okay with going back and deleting those messages? I'm also going to add, does any staff here want to volunteer to help me with that? Because it's a lot of messages. I think one way we could split up is maybe one person looks for a certain kind of word, and another person looks for a certain category of words. I don't know.
Happy to help with that.
Yeah, I'd be up for helping with that. No guarantees on speed.
Okay, I'll probably make a separate threaded staff channel just for this project, I guess. Yeah. And I would also say, like, if you come across a word that you're not sure of, that we can also discuss it in there. We're not sure whether we should be deleting it or not. This is mainly the reason we're doing this is mainly because we'll do this, and then GamerSafer is probably once we're done, I'm gonna go tell GamerSafer you come back and review it. They'll probably come back, do a search in our Discord for bad words, and I don't know what bad words they're specifically looking for. It could be anything from that list, but hopefully it's like just the common ones. And if they don't find anything, then we'll probably pass their review there.
There's the possibility they might, try and use. There is the possibility that they will miss a few things, like somebody subbing out a 1 for an I or for the letter 0. I don't think Discord supports regex searches. That would be nice if it did.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But also,
so I do. Sorry, go ahead. I'll say
but I'm saying, but I doubt the reviewer would do something like that explicitly to trip us up. I doubt they'd go, "Oh, I saw you didn't have any of the N word in your Discord, but you did when you sub it out with a 1." I doubt they'd do that. But I think if they did, we would have a reasonable assumption to say, how were we meant to detect this? We have a Discord server going back years.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just more like we have to try this and then see what they come back with. I don't know exactly what exactly words they're looking for. So.
Is there a reason non-staff can't help find things and then report them to us that need to be deleted?
Not really.
Because I think that would speed the process up significantly if people are willing to do that.
I guess the question is, we could ask, but I'm not sure if people are. I don't know. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me, but thanks pages for any errors a while ago in Discord, and not really many people responded. So I don't know. If people want to help, please let us know. But
Okay.
I'm kind of assuming it's just be a staff thing.
Okay.
Since we are the ones enforcing the rules, I feel like
That's
probably
fair. Yeah.
have to do.
I wouldn't expect anyone to do it, but at least if somebody was willing to.
I guess let's pose a question. Does anyone here in the audience or in meeting chat, would they want to help out with this?
Especially if somebody knows ways to like automate the process in any way.
I was gonna say in response to what AP was saying, I did write a Python script for another server, I think for the Traincots ticket shop one, to search the logs, and you can apply regex to that. So I suppose we could maybe look into using a script to search the server logs or something, just for the edge case swear words.
I think, how about this? How about we do this? Let's have staff, these people helping with this, do a first pass on this, and then we can say like we've done a first pass. If any members find anything that we might have missed, then you can let us know that. I think that might be a good way of going about it.
In this case, okay, I don't really hear any arguments against not doing it at this point. Are there any?
I've heard some rumblings about the transparency thing. Like I've said, I'd rather not be doing this, but the reality is actually two realities. Again, this is Gamer Safer's rules. We can't negotiate here. Like we either agree to them or not, otherwise we're not getting on the list. And two, again, Minecraft's getting less popular over the years, and this is probably a really good way of getting new people into the servers. So yeah, I feel like it'd be kind of foolish not to try to get on there. Yeah.
I was originally worried about transparency, but you've certainly convinced me to not worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like some people have some experience with Discord, so I might pick some people's brains then, PTLD and others. Because my experience with Discord is kind of limited. Like I just use chatbot. The other bots, I try to keep the number of bots limited because I've seen some Discord servers where they have like dozens of bots and it's a mess.
Yeah. Plus a bot could.
Plus a bot.
Like a bot, like for example, a bot that was fine, like Me6, turns out, hey, we're going to add some features that really ruin your server.
Yep, that is a risk as well.
At least we can guarantee TackerBot will never add NFTs.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take our agreement. We're going to do the first part. I'll talk to staff about how to get that going soon. The second part, I don't know if we want to discuss that any more here. Like, I guess, yeah, bot. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we are agreeing that we're going to do it, but we just need to figure out how. Does that need to be discussed at the GSM?
Which part? The first or second part?
The second part.
The second part? At least outside of Automod, yes. We need to figure out what we need to choose.
Okay. Is there a way to have something in game that can immediately ban somebody if they use, for example, like the N word? Because there's no reasonable reason to use that.
Unfortunately,
if it's spelling mistakes and stuff, is there anything I'd be a little bit iffy on that?
Yeah.
Also, I don't staff review it first.
I also don't think it's possible because based on my understanding of Venture Chat and Discord SRV, Venture Chat's chat filter only substitutes the word, like censors the word basically.
Is it possible to substitute the word with a staff ping?
That's an idea, but I don't. Probably, maybe, because the staff ping is basically a bunch of text. It's kind of it's kind of a thing you have to test on beta.
Okay.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of. Okay, DA, can you? I don't know if you're writing the minutes. Can you just make sure there's a little list of things we could try so we don't forget any of them?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a
Onto
lot
the
flying around.
technical things, that's
Yeah.
possible ping substitute.
But like, so there's we could use a bot to track deleted messages.
Wait, hold on a
There's
second.
NBF's ID.
Type this.
Sorry, was that?
I just need to type this out. Hold on.
Okay.
So the bot, use bot to log messages.
I think Dine was sent as an example from Skelly. Yeah.
Dino?
Dino, yeah.
I'm familiar with Dino.
Alright.
I've used it before.
Is that? I think I've got 4 things on there. I don't really know if that's all of the things we said.
Which I should open the minutes doc here. Finish video place central chat. Under the Discord venture chat one, can you also add MBF's idea? Can we make it so that it replaces the word with
that.
You got that?
Yeah, I'll just add MBF to the end.
Okay. I guess the one thing though, MBF, that still doesn't show us what the word was though. So yeah.
That's true. It could also replace it with the first letter of the word or something that tells us what the word was, and then the staff ping.
Oh,
Possibly.
have a numeric code to say this was word number 833.
Sure.
And that way
Actually,
we can look it up. We can have some sort of table to say, oh, 833 is this letter. Yep, let's just get rid of it.
yeah, that is possible. Basically, just in venture chat, the chat field is basically a list in the config file. So it's like you can have different basically a regex, and then the
worked with
word
that.
you want to place it. Yeah. So yeah.
That allows us to detect misspellings or like variations.
Yeah. There's a default chat filter, but it's completely erased in our config right now because we just don't use it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, we will. So we don't have to make a decision about those options now. I think it's more of a case of we just explore them and see how effective they are. It's also not a big priority right now because again the main priority is all the pass messages. For any future guests that come in, I guess we just usually for the really offensive stuff, people are pretty good at pinging staff about it, and then we can deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about this topic? Any questions? Or things that
Oh, is there a timeline by which things have to be removed from the Discord or the server?
So, from here. Yeah, ideally, we should probably get going on deleting those words. Then just we're okay
Also,
right now, but it took like 4 to 6 months to get to this point because I applied back in December. So yeah, I think we're okay now. We're in the middle of it. We're not losing our place. It's just be aware there might be further delays later on. Especially, I imagine when we get to the Mojang review, where we might be waiting perhaps a bit longer there, but who knows?
Amber, I think for your concern, we will not be automatically banning. We won't be automatically running any bans or on the automatic language. We might be doing some substitution, but I don't think anybody's going to be banned for accidentally misspelling a common word.
Yeah, ideally, if we can, I'd prefer that we go to, this is how Automod does it right now, alerting staff about the word rather than doing any sort of action. So then that way staff can review that, whatever the person said within context, and see if that's actually something we need to act on. Yeah, yeah. Next time, guys, if you have concerns, throw them in the thread so we can deal with them now, then, rather than
Yeah.
at the GSM. It makes things a little faster and
Yeah.
clarify
Last
things.
question for me.
Okay.
After we've deleted all the old stuff, when new stuff comes up, how quickly do they expect us to get rid of it?
Probably immediately, but again, they're not watching us like a hawk. They would only, again, they only would come back and review us if we got reported or something.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, when we say substitution, we don't mean a substitute for a ban. It's substituting duck for the stars to use. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's there's a controversial. I think it's more people don't fully understand what we're still putting out here. Like I try to make that clear in the topic. It's only going to be, at least to start, those categories there. It's not going to be common swearing. It's not going to be like like shit, fuck, like bastard. Like those words like damn is like no, those are fine. Like. And that's also fine from gamer safers perspective. Like they understand that so what they call light swearing is to be expected and is allowed.
Okay, I have like one question. So
Sure.
I'm wondering, will there be like a list of words that we want to delete, or is it up to moderator discretion?
I think I was planning that I had the kind of like some words already there, but we can discuss that further internally in that thread. Like basically what words we're going to be looking for, searching for, and I think that's the most common stuff. It's good. It's a good starting list. I don't know if there are any more than that. Like, I don't know if you want to. Are there any words that you're worried about that might not be on that list? I don't know.
I mean,
know
I
how you
can
can
think of a
really mention.
few, but as we
Okay.
think of them, we can add them.
Yeah, let's discuss that internally. Because I don't want to, obviously we don't want to say them out loud here, without, trying to hint at it or something. Okay, are we good? I think
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anything
Yeah.
else here.
I think we're good.
All right, so we're going to proceed with this, and hopefully by at least end of July or so, right? Well, yeah, we can start proceeding with the review for Game Saver. Again, I don't know anything about the Mojang part. Hopefully they are not even more strict than I would expect, but who knows? No. Okay, next topic is 5B, the 5-member application limit. I guess AP, you wrote it, so yeah, you might as well get it off here.
Yeah, it's something we've seen in past, and admittedly, it's not very common, but it is a concern. Is somebody getting to say 4-member applications, failing the 4th, and then never submitting a 5th, and even after years, just because of the fear of being banned. That seems a bit disproportionate, and it feels like we should kind of revisit it and, we generally I know we seem to be a lot more laissez-faire with guest bans than for actual members, but there's an individual member might have applied in 2013, forgotten about the server for the next 10 years, and their 4 applications in 2013 are preventing them from applying again in 2024.
I'll just say right now, AP, that doesn't happen. So this so something that people don't know about the member application, basically the form and document that we use. There have been 5 of them in the history of the server. That means every time the documents actually store how many times a person has applied, but they get reset every time we introduce a new document. So that means most likely someone from maybe 2019 who has like 4 applications, and then that would still carry on till now. But 2013 is impossible because those are from old. Those member apps are in different documents, and there's no record. It basically doesn't count. So
fair enough, but fair enough, but point kind of still counts from 2019.
sure.
Like, I don't think something from several years prior that could have been a fairly simple mistake, a series of simple mistakes at that point, should lead to just a complete ban from the community. Why kind of the proposal thing is we move from a banned. I was after an application for somebody to resubmit to kind of extend that for future applications.
So I'm not opposed to changing the. I do agree that the member app limit is a concern, but the implementation that you're suggesting, I don't think is really. It's not really doable at the moment unless we modify the member app document quite a bit, and also, but even then, I also feel like it's just adding a lot more complexity to the apps. Like, and now I have to. The document has to keep track of like, 7 days if you're on the 3rd and all that sort of stuff. And we can't, also admins can't really track this manually either. Like, it's kind of difficult for us to like, it would be time consuming if every time we saw a member app, we have to go search back for the person's username and see if when was their last application, I guess. That makes sense. Like, I feel like there's a different solution here, but I'm not sure what it is.
I have an idea. What about instead of being a permanent ban, it's a 1-year ban? Or not permanent, indefinite.
It probably would have the same effect though, because so one thing I will mention, I did mention in the thread, one thing I have noticed is when we, in the rare event that we do issue these bans, we've never received appeals for them. I don't think ever, actually.
Do people,
like,
when people fail these applications 5 times, I feel like they're not the same kind of people who would know that you can appeal that ban.
Perhaps, or it's, I don't, like, we make it clear on the website, I think. And actually, when we email them when this happens, we tell them, yeah, you like, you've reached the 5 member apps. We have to ban you now, but you can appeal it. But I guess my point is, because no one's appealed these bans before, it kind of makes me think, okay, this person's probably given up at this point. Like I hear stories of people who gave up after 1 member, like like the people like Yuri, who was almost didn't come to the server, so we might have missed on that. So yeah, so I don't know. I do agree it's a problem. I just don't know how to solve it, because the last time we tried to solve it was the whole a lot of people don't know the permaguest thing we used to have. This was years ago. Basically, instead of banning a player when they reached the maximum apps, they would stay on as a guest but never be able to become member. That suffice to say that didn't go well, because what the guests would end up doing is getting resentful for not becoming a member, and would just cause drama. So that's definitely not a solution I think we should go for there.
Is it possible to allow them to reapply after a year of being permaguest, but ban them immediately if they are becoming a problem?
It's usually from based on our experience, they usually got a problem pretty quickly after becoming a permaguest. Like I'm talking within a month.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I personally wouldn't be opposed to maybe having like the cooldown that AP suggested. I think I'd want it to be slightly shorter because I mean, you know, I didn't get into my third application, and I don't think I would have reapplied if there was a longer cooldown. But yeah, it's just hard to track, really, I suppose. I don't know if can we provide maybe a sort of a sample member application document so people can actually see what it looks like as well.
Sorry, what do you mean DNA? Like the
Like,
spreadsheet,
we want to maybe just sort of make a fake one to show people like what it actually looks like on there with the attempt counts and everything.
we could. I'm actually
Obviously
okay.
without people in it, but just fake names and that.
So you know me, I like simpler solutions. I just had I had a different idea, and I was just thinking, is the problem of having someone apply over and over again really a problem? What I'm thinking is maybe would it just be simpler to just not just get rid of the 5-member application limit completely?
Yeah, I actually think I'd be in favour of that because again, if there are any problems with them, we ban them anyway. So
Yeah,
I think that's a reasonable idea. It makes it less. Also, with like username changes now as well, it's already complicated with the member
correct.
limit. But
The member app also for your safety for your information DNA, like the member app document is not perfect. Sometimes people apply with different emails or usernames. I think it
yeah,
tries to base it on email, but sometimes yeah, people there are ways to, even though there's like a 5. The point is, even though there's a 5-app limit, there are ways for people to get around it. So
I mean, I suppose you've also said a couple of times you don't really like arbitrary numbers, so I suppose that would get rid of another one.
yeah, I mean, this policy has been in place for many years, like obvious, like more than a decade at this point. So I don't know, like maybe it's just worth just letting it go. And well, that one of the most
I
vocal
certainly
components
wouldn't be
is
opposed to it.
literally Eris the Eagle.
Skelly,
Oh no, Eris the Eagle won after 10 years.
I cannot tell if you are being sarcastic or not there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be in favour of removing the app limit altogether personally.
Okay.
I think keep maybe I guess we could maybe have a 1 or 2 day cooldown. Still, I'm happy to have a I think the 24-hour period we have right now is fine, but
I'm also debating if I'm just thinking programmatically internally, like if we're doing this, should I just make a new member application form anyway? Like maybe we could. There've been also like maybe the questions need to be
yeah,
updated or something.
it's
Like if we're
it's
gonna
so
do,
annoying to scroll down it anyway.
oh, that's true. There's like thousands, there's hundreds of entries in there. So yeah, okay. It sounds like we're leaning toward this. I don't know if anyone else has any
Is it possible?
other suggestions. Oh, go ahead.
Is it possible to make a script that can automate the has this player fulfilled the multiple cooldown?
We've got that already. Oh, the cooldown. Oh,
Yeah, we have one that actually checks the multiple choice questions and actually evaluates that automatically for us. But cooldown, no, there's no such thing.
again, the problem is with the username changes and stuff. It's a bit difficult to do.
Yep, and if they choose a different email, then that's out of the window completely. Like,
Or even
Oh.
just using like capital letters in their username by accident or something.
Okay.
surprisingly, some people also misspell their username in the member app, and it's like, that's
Wow.
yes.
I mean, I suppose it's not too hard to check at the moment. If you know, I mean, worst case scenario, we miss one. We missed the fact that someone's applied less than 24 hours ago, but I don't think it's the end of the world when we do miss things like that.
Yeah. Okay. The reason why these rules were put in place is to prevent some players that we did encounter like many years ago. They always keep submitting apps at app after app after app, and it's pretty clear that they're not going to be pretty successful, even if they keep submitting. So I guess if we lift the 5 app rule, I guess we'll just watch and see if we get one of those for people again. And
Well, we can probably do case by case basis, couldn't we, for those sorts of things? We can maybe
yeah,
tell them to stop submitting applications if it gets too much. But
I think maybe we should just tell them. That might be a good way to do it.
If we get rid of the 5 limit, is it worth retroactively unbanning everybody who's been banned from that?
Good question. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't be opposed, actually. Granted,
yeah, me neither.
I don't know how many of those, their emails will still be in date, but
It's also a question of how many of those people in total. Like again, the 5 app bans aren't that like they're pretty rare. So it
Yeah.
would be just. I would actually think it would probably just be a number of people counted on maybe 1 or 2 hands. Like that's the,
In that case, it would be worth it.
yeah. I mean, I think we'd still do it. It's just more. I guess we had also
Okay.
email them and inform them of that. I guess.
I mean, I doubt we'll probably get many people trying to reapply afterwards anyway, to be honest.
I
don't know.
wouldn't be surprised if you do send them an email if somebody came back.
Or at least try to. But then again, if they got to 5 apps and they come back and start applying again, and they're coming right into the same situation. Okay, I mean, we'll deal with them then. But
It sets up like a mass mailing server as well.
yeah, on going through the member list, I count 12 members who were banned for too many member apps.
okay,
I
we
might have
going-
missed some, but
are we going all the way back until the beginning of the server then? Like we're gonna unban even 12 years later?
Maybe we could unban everyone, but only email the people who've applied in the past year or two. Because I don't imagine most people who joined in 2012 are going to, well, not 2012, whenever 2013, whatever, would be
Yeah.
that interested in reapplying.
I feel like it'd be awkward to just email them out of the blue.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't remember who they even are at that point.
plus
Yeah.
potential GDPR violation.
Yeah,
mm,
I think maybe just emailing the past year's worth of guests would be reasonable, but I don't think we've had many people being banned anyway. So,
okay.
like AP said.
Okay. If there's anyone else like before a year, maybe I'll definitely modify the website because I think there is some information that it does say something about the 5-member app limit there. So I'll remove that, maybe replace it with something that says, if you have been banned before due to submitting more than 5 applications, please email admins or something like that. Like just to let us know that we can unban them for that.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like the resolution. I like simple. I like that it's nice and clean. Though again, I don't know the consequences, but I hope it's
We
yeah.
can change it, can't we, if it goes to shit?
Yeah. Okay. All right. All good.
Yep.
Let's move on to the next topic. This is 5C. DNA. This is yours. You can take it away.
Yeah, well, basically, the coral blocks specifically, that's the one I really want. They actually, if you come look in the arena, actually, I'll place one down. They look really nice for flowers. And right now, if you watch it, it just dies from being out of the water. And then also for the other ones, there's the farmlands, which you can currently trample.
I think that's a problem.
And, yeah, and they can also, if you place farmland or hoe it, it dries out and goes back to dirt. I'm proposing that we basically disable some world guard flags to allow us to place coral outside of water and also disable crop trampling. Because, well, first of all, I guess it can be used for accidental griefing for the trampling, and for the farmland and the coral, it's just a nice to have to be able to put it away from water, basically. I will say that I think there was maybe 1 or 2 other flags that I saw in World Guard that I didn't get a chance to check, so I don't know if we could come back to those in the future, but those are the 3 that we've spoken about in the thread for now, or the forum post.
Just to be clear, Jane. Oh, go ahead.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Just to be clear, Jane, we're applying these global flags to all worlds. I think.
I think I don't really see why we should apply them to only one world. I mean, I guess maybe beta we could exclude that because, well, there aren't any coral blocks on there anyway. Maybe I guess the soil trampling might be a good one to apply to beta.
No, don't worry about beta. I'm talking about
not
the
beta,
main
I
server.
meant the old world. Sorry.
Old world. Old world.
I mean,
I think
So-
you know. I think you have to
Sorry.
look. I think you have to just. I guess my because I know we placed there's some existing flags already on each world's global region. I just wonder if there's any difference. I guess for consistency, it would make sense just to try to apply them to all worlds,
Yeah.
just so there's no surprises. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things I'll also say. One of the concerns I brought up is that there's a potential that people might be relying on those game functionalities for red zone contraptions. So with coral dying and also farmland going back to dirt, that's it changes randomly. So people might want to use it for random number generation of the red zone contraptions. And for the soil trampling, there's a chance that people might want to build a mini game using it. But at the same time, it's possible for us to apply separate regions to those specific areas, or we can re-enable the flags if people really want that. But as far as I'm aware right now, we don't actually have any areas or any red zone contraptions on the server which rely on those functionalities.
especially about the coral one. Coral can't be automatically placed, I don't think. So it wouldn't be renewable. So if it's if it dies once, it's over. There's no setting the
Place the dead
contraption.
coral
So
from your
what
created
is
inventory,
saying
so there's not
what
a
people
Well,
want
farmland
to
doesn't-
farmland? What would
automatically become moist. It's just if it is moist, it stays moist.
Although
Right?
that is the point of
We,
how
if
does
I
it,
put, sorry, go ahead, AP.
and there's the thing of it. Yeah, but it becomes farmland becomes moist by being near water. So I guess it's a thing where we'd have to ensure it's either possible to place the wet farmland, or in case say somebody accidentally moistens a part of already dry farmland.
So, oh no, are you saying that? So does the? I actually didn't test this. I'm not sure if the flag applies to wet farmland or not.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not. I haven't really checked that, to be honest. So I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should maybe leave that one out for now, and I don't know, maybe lump it in for another GSM.
Try it on beta.
I don't know. I will say that I set up a temporary region on beta. There's a warp sign at spawn, so if anyone does want to go have a look now, I think I did the soil drying flag and also the coral flag. There's a warp to a place which has those flags disabled.
do we want to say maybe try it out on beta, confirm if it works or not, and then maybe if it seems okay, we can just enable it.
I think that would
Afterward?
be a good idea. But people
Also-
can have some time to have a look at it as well themselves then.
You can use the debug stick to make farmland moist or not.
Of course, the real solution here will be Mojang to add a flag on the block to say is invalid, true, false, so that the block can be invalid, and if it's
I'm-
updated, it stays in its invalid state.
I'm just checking the the farmland's going wet right now.
So I also forgot to look at absentee ballots. I should probably bring those one of those opinions in here. I see Vicky is 4 for this. Polo is 4 for this. Anissa is no problem. Dude is
What are the
all for
absentee
it.
opinions
Okay.
on 5A and 5B?
So
Just-
5A, Pod has no opinion on 5A. Vicky is not the biggest deal to remove guest comments. Once again, do we still have logs? Let me know if you need help clearing comments. So I think she'll help with that. Polo said on 5A, not a huge head of an idea, but it's a small price to have more server visibility. In favor of it. Yeah, basic stuff there. Missa looks good to me for 5A. She did, or sorry, he. Missa did say, perhaps a transparency is an issue. We can find a way to do something like that for guest bands too, where we have an explanation for the band that itself isn't explicit, like banned for excessively explicit language or hateful language. I mean, it's there actually.
Sorry to add to what I was saying a second ago. The farmland can still go transition into the moist state and also back from the moist state into the dry state, even with the flag.
Oh,
I don't know if I should
what does the
clarify
flag do then?
when I say farmland dry, so if you place down farmland, it will turn into dirt if it's not near water.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely no problem.
Sorry, can
I don't think anyone relies on that.
So can you clarify, like, does a flag work or as expected?
So when you place down farmland, without any water nearby, it turns back into dirt. But with the flag enabled, it doesn't turn into dirt, but it can still go from the moist state into the dry state.
So the whole dry, wet farmland issue is not a issue, then, basically, right?
I don't know if that's
I'm
what people are
understanding this
talking about, if they are talking about the moist versus dry farmland. It's a bit confusing because they use the same words for it, but I mean, again, there's a regional beta if people do want to check out. Or, again, if we enable it on beta first, then we can go back and look at it after.
Okay, well let's go. Let's finish on the 5C then. I'll read 5B. Actually, balance a little bit in a sec. I think some people didn't understand 5B. So does that mean we can go ahead with the flag change then? I'm just trying to get a sense here. Like all 3 flags are good.
I think so.
I think the only, again, for the sword draw, I think it sounds like people maybe haven't fully understood what I was referring to with that. But I think for the coral, it seems everyone's happy to disable coral dying, and also the trampling. I haven't heard any feedback from that, but I guess maybe for the sword draw, if we want to enable it on beta first and then decide after.
Or maybe a better thing. If we were to just make the flag change, is it easily undoable? Like, is there any chance it causes permanent damage anywhere?
We can undo it, but it would
No.
mean that anyone who's used those blocks will find that if you've used coral, they'll then die again. But that'll only be for people who've used them after we've changed the flag.
Okay. Okay.
It shouldn't affect any pre-existing structures. It's the main point.
All right.
Yeah, none of these. Making the change 2 will be fine for everything.
Okay. Unless there's any other comments, let's go ahead with this change then. Okay. All right. I'll quickly go over.
Are we doing that on beta first, so I can throw that in the minutes?
No, I thought my understanding we were just going to do it on main, because if we, again, what's the reason for doing it on beta if it's already been there for a bit? Like,
yeah,
people,
okay.
That's my question. Like, is there anything we need to like stop here? Is there anything reason we need to be cautious here before putting it on straight on main? I guess.
I don't think so. Again, if there's already a region I set up in beta for a little while, so I don't know if people want to have a look at that or not. But I think it should be fine just to change it now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to quickly just jump back to 5B just quickly here. I think I'll see a question about it. After that, some general question about 5B. How many guests have been banned in 2024 for too many apps? I think one, I believe. I do recall there was one, maybe two.
I've seen on the member list 2 in April 2024. And the one before that was 2020.
Okay, and going through the absentee ballots for 5B, I think people were. I did say a message in the topic, but I don't think some staff saw it. But they're basically saying yes or no to your original proposal AP. So I don't know. I feel like they didn't really account for my concerns regarding it. So I don't know. Like some are saying for, yeah, that's okay. Like that's a general vibe I'm getting here. Not opposed to AP's proposal. Zooj said that he's torn on this because on one hand, allowed guests more than 5 chances to apply seem like a good idea on paper, but I think it would be hard to keep track of and arguably demotivate guests from applying further. Because if we keep the current 5 application system or only install a cooldown after the 5, only install a cooldown after the 5th application. But I think we've already decided here. So anyway. Okay, let's go on to 5D, the last community issue. Conductor rank. Okay, but okay, hold on. There seem to be a lot of questions. People are not clear on what we're doing here. So for 5B, we are deciding to lift we're not doing a cooldown anymore at all. We're going to lift the 5-member app limit completely. So basically, so that gets rid of the problem of people getting too scared to submit a 5th app because they think they're going to get banned. Behind the scenes, admins might have to make a new member app document for that. But it also does open the possibility of guests, like perhaps the rare guest who might just keep submitting member app after member app. In those situations, I think admins, if it turns out to be too many member apps, admins will probably ask them to stop and maybe think about their apps that are submitting. So yeah. Yeah, I'll have to modify based on what Foot said. I'll have to put in some. I'll definitely modify the website for that. And I think I saw a further question, earlier question from Cosmin. Like, we decided we'll probably look for unbans, retroactively unbanning people within the last year who have been banned for 5-member apps. But further than that, we're not sure. We're definitely not going to do. We're definitely not going to email people from like 2012 or 13 as saying them, hey, you're unbanned now because we changed our rules. Because that might be a bit awkward. But yeah. Okay, can I? Okay, go ahead.
I was thinking, should we unban before then, but only email in the last year?
I think I'd be okay with doing that.
So, okay, what do you mean exactly by that? I'm trying to what?
So unban players who were banned under the 5-member app limit, but only.
I feel like I'm not sure I feel comfortable with that because it feels weird to unban but not inform them at least.
How would they
Like,
ever know?
Yeah, how would they ever know?
True.
But no, I do kind of think it might be a bit rude's the wrong word, but if someone's applied when 5 or 6 years ago and they probably don't even know that the server exists anymore, is it not a bit? It feels a bit maybe like spammy to do that, maybe.
Yeah.
Do they even know what the server is anymore? Do we want a bunch of people suddenly getting emails through their inbox relating to it?
Okay. Some interesting ideas coming in. I guess we're still on 5D. Frozen said, I disagree with unbanning people who didn't know the rule at the time, but that's just my opinion. If they want to, they can contact admins to undo. The thing is, the only it would basically be up to them to go on the website, read a small section on the website, and happen to find it, and then they would know to email admins. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, we're probably not going to get anybody, that too many people from doing that, unless they really, really want to come back on the server, I guess. Inkspace says, okay. Oh,
sorry,
go ahead.
reading this thing first.
I'll read Inkspace. Yeah, could also maybe a good idea to mention a warning in the emails after they've done insert number of applications. The problem with, again, I feel like that has the same problem. The issue is, if we start threatening them after a certain amount, that still has that kind of has the same effect as on them. Like the thing we're trying to avoid is, and this is what log guests do, is if they've done 4 member apps, they know the 5th one's bad, they stop submitting. So even without the hard 5 limit, even just warning them saying, if you keep submitting more member apps, they might be discouraged at that point in that case. So I think I would prefer admin just intervening if it comes to.
I think case by case should be fine for it, really, because it's, if they're submitting a load of really crap applications, I think that's when we'd intervene. But if it was like they're just getting one of the multiple choice questions wrong multiple times in a row, I think it's more acceptable to let them pass.
Yeah.
I was going to say with the emails again, as AP mentioned earlier, I suppose, is that actually a GDPR violation to hold people's emails for that long if we are contacting them suddenly?
Is there a rule around that? I don't know. There's a.
I might be. Again, none of us are lawyers. I might be completely wrong, but I think it is a bit funny about holding people's emails for longer than you need to, or something. And I guess it's, do we want to take the risk by sending out the email and suddenly notifying people that we still have their emails? I don't know.
That's kind of a good point.
Maybe just to avoid the murky water, we should just say the past couple of years and then leave it at that, because we know we're not stepping in any murky territory there.
Yeah.
I think I think it might be 4 years or something under GDPR.
I don't know. If you're still
Actually,
here,
I don't know if that's another
I'm
thing to
still here, yeah.
look at as well. I don't know if we should go back and remove some older emails, but I think that will be a topic for another GSM.
that's
Yeah,
a whole other thing. Yeah.
I think holding people's email addresses, I feel like that's more of an ASM thing, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll discuss that later, because I think that is actually a good point that AP has brought up.
Realistically, we should probably be removing email addresses after a year, roughly.
There have been some cases where it has been useful, even after several years, where emailing the person back then has been useful for dealing with stuff on the server. Or if, say someone's Discord, actually, I think there was an example of a player whose Discord account got recently compromised. They haven't been on the server for years,
I suppose, because it's
so I don't know.
gets obviously different countries.
Rules on electronic mail marketing. You must not send electronic mail marketing individual unless they've explicitly consented or the existing customer bought a similar product or service in the past. I mean, that's marketing, but same rule applies to emails, texts, etc.
Anyway, we can discuss this later. We're kind of getting off topic here, and I want to get to 5D here. So
A fun one.
okay, so 5D is an experiment I ran on beta server. It is to do away with the conductor prefix, I think is the best way I can put it, and then replace it with an X emoji. And this is not just in game, but also on the tab list and also in Discord SRV messages in Minecraft server. You can test this out on beta server right now. I did pose a bunch of questions. It sounds like there's overwhelming support overall for it. I did post some supplementary questions. The first one was the plus symbol for supporter. If you think about it, most regular players on the server have plus, like they are supporters. So it kind of gets to the point where like, is it worth even putting that on there? Because you can probably assume that whoever you're talking to probably has supporter at this point. Or will get supported because of certain people gifting it. But it seems like it's kind of split on there, but it seems like there's a slight lean toward not doing that, so we won't do that. The second question was also about keep going back to the original colors for Premium, Mod, and Admin, because those three had to be adjusted to fit Conductor within the so-called rainbow of colors. It sounds like people want to keep the new colors. That's fine. We can do that. So those colors won't be changed. And the last question SRV, it sounds like most people want to see both the rank and the axe. There were some concerns about whether the axe might make the chat look misaligned on Discord SRV. There is, if you go to the very bottom of that thread, I have a solution. It's also on beta right now. I made a suggestion that we try to put the axe after the person's username in all three locations. That's in-game, tab list, and Discord. For one thing, it'll make everything look consistent. It'll make the Discord SRV aligned, at least the player names and the rank. And it also has the additional advantage of allowing us to keep the plus symbol for supporter within the brackets rather than outside. Because there's no axe there, we can just keep that the way it is. So yeah, PTLD, if you don't like it, you can vote, but unfortunately, I mean, I've had that topic up for a week now, and the community has kind of spoken there. So yeah, again, the main motivation for this is some conductors have come up to me and said like complained like they want to be able to see their old rank, whether it be premier or senator or governor or mayor or whatever. So I thought I'd try to see if this would be possible, and this is what has come up here. So, and it also and additionally, Cosmo brings up, it reduces confusion between conductors and staff. I've seen a couple instances, especially with new players, they come on and they think a conductor is staff because they have very similar colors and positioning on the tab list. So I think this will help distinguish that. Yeah, some people want to show up the premium. So any questions, concerns regarding this before we? I mean, so what I'm probably gonna do is with the change I've suggested, I'm gonna try that out. If people don't like the axe after the username, or if people really don't like it in game, we can always change that later. But again, I'll warn you, if we do that, it makes things inconsistent. So, and as soon as you do that, some people are going to be asking like, why is the axe before the username in game, but after in Discord, that sort of thing. So, that's sort of pedantic nitpicking.
I like consistency. That's just me.
Yeah, I get it. I think it might be one of those cases. I hope it's something that people just get used to, but we'll see.
12 years of pedantry, the biography of the MRT.
Yeah, we are a bunch of pedants here. Okay. Okay, not seeing much other comments on here. We're going to later today. We'll see. Like there is a lot of commands and config that to change around for it, but yeah, I should all get done pretty soon.
So which one are we going for then? Acts after the username in chat, right?
We're going with the
Excellent.
one, the one at the very bottom of the thread. So acts after the
Okay.
username in all locations. It's the most consistent and it has some advantages. Though I think the worst part of it, the one thing I think people might complain about it is the acts is between the username and the chat message. But I don't know. We'll see. I think people can get used to it. I hope.
It's just one character. I don't think it's such a big deal.
Yeah. But are you not listening to the meeting? I just said we're keeping the new colors. We are that have been there. Or you did host the whole topic, so I don't blame you there. But okay. Okay. See no other questions. We're gonna go ahead with 5D, and yeah. We are at the end of the meeting. Elite's not here, is he?
No.
Okay, good. We don't have to do a trustee meeting. Thank God. Okay.
Received.
So we're gonna go with so if you would like to speak, please, ping me or raise your hand in Discord or something, and let us know. Like again, we want to make sure everyone has a full understanding, especially for 5A, because I know there's a lot of questions about that. But it's even 5B too, because like any of these topics, really. So yeah, any questions? Just say it out in the meeting channel or whatnot. Yes, I'm Keir Starmer. Hello. Right now. Huck has pinged me. When will we get MRT Direct? When I don't know. I can't even stream right now, so my setup is really not good. Inksby, what's trustee meeting? You don't want to know. If you see other GSMs or recordings, you'll probably get to understand what I mean. It is a brain melting tradition on the server. I don't know.
It is the very definition of chaotic evil.
It's basically random channel masquerading as a serious meeting, sort of. So it makes the trustees feel like they have a voice.
Pro was asking for confirmation it's going to be Senator, username, axe, message.
Correct. Yes. Okay. I'm not seeing any other further questions here, so I think we're going to bring this meeting to a close. Thanks everyone for attending. I know there's a lot of community issues here, but I think we got enough. I think we got a good idea of what we want to do for each of them. I believe. Also a reminder for some people, I think missed it, like if you want to get your conductor applications or moderator noms in, be sure to get them in a week before. So that'll be on August 3rd. Because I know I think we're supposed to get some of this meeting, but I think people forgot. Okay. Goodbye. I think.
Go home.
Bye.
Right, we must ask you to go home.
Report
So
again.
yes, the meeting over. Well, we'll be signing off now.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna end
This
the event.
is NSTV, the
Bye bye.
freaking July 2024 GSM with signing off.